What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and I just saw probably most of you for our match watch along between Borussia Dortmund and Arminia Bielefeld, in which we won 3-0. So it's time to celebrate. It's time to come here live for our little community 5 takeaways. So we had obviously a very fantastic game, which I cannot wait to digest with some of you guys here. But I also want to come up with some of the match ratings, which is why you see some of them on the screen already. On top of the fact that I also want to see what you guys had to say. What were some of your biggest takeaways? And it should be pretty cool to see exactly what, I guess, you guys are thinking. Because we're on a bit of a roll now, guys. We're on a bit of a roll. And I seem to figure out my Wi-Fi. So I think I look relatively clear. I think I sound okay. But yeah. Some of you guys on the watch along might have saw a shirtless Josh. And I'm sorry for that, but you know, is what it is. But we have some community takeaways for you guys, so you guys get to pick them. We'll have some takeaways and we'll have some match ratings. So let's just get into it, because we've won 3 games on the bounce now. 3 games on the bounce, and the team looks different. They're defending better. They're attacking better. They are able to obviously switch up different formations. I thought the 4-2-3-1 actually looked relatively decent, even though still that right wing is obviously just a bit of an issue for us. But we're here to see what you guys say, because this is our community takeaways. We usually do it after a good result, because I like to hear what you guys have to say. Roman is here. Roman, how are you doing, my friend? Luca has got his takeaways already set. He's got Dahoud for number 1. I couldn't agree that Dahoud's more than number 2. Hazard and Zagadou coming back. It's a big one as well. Great performance overall. Yeah, we'll talk about Dahoud. We'll talk about Dahoud for a couple of reasons. Is one, he has come in now and he's been doing some fantastic things. He is such, again, when I say technically gifted, I truly mean it. I've been comparing him a little bit to Thiago. I'm not saying he's as good as Thiago. I'm saying that they play a similar style of football. And he showed it today, man. He was absolutely lights out. And the big thing that he's done with us is he's basically taken a game and completely turned it on his head. He grabbed the ball from 25 yards out against Sevilla and decided to hit an absolute banger. We went on to win. We were in a relatively stuck formation at the first half. We've had our chances. We were a little bit open at the back. And none other than Dahoud decided to do what he did best. And he took a nice little pass from Sancho and decided to shoot, because not a lot of the players on this team like taking the outside of the honestly 18 shots. And Dahoud does not care. He'll shoot from anywhere. He did exactly that and banged it in the back of the net to keep it going. So Dahoud absolutely is one of our community takeaways. And from Luca, he deserved 2 of them. So he had an all-around perfect game. He really did. I loved watching him. I think that instead of going out and spending a lot of money, man, we got a baller right in front of us here today. And yeah, another big thing is the depth in this team. This is huge. Hazard and Zagadou are back. They're back. They both came on, and they both look relatively good. In the first minute, Zagadou had a pretty nice challenge. We saw Hazard go for some runs. Didn't see a lot from him, but it's nice that obviously he's still back. Steve's fired right up today, man. So am I. Overall, a great performance, and it was. We did have chances in the first half. A little nervous we didn't take them, but for me, the big takeaway of the second half is that we got off to the right foot. Scored early. Dahoud taking it all on his own. Beautiful run by Sancho. Opens the scoring up, puts us in a comfortable position. Couldn't be happier. It was an overall good performance today. Dahoud dominated the midfield. He did. And I'm sitting back just smiling, because I've been talking about him all year long, and it's great. And they're showing no signs of slowing down. Mirai, Dahoud, I think, are going to be huge players in this team moving forward, and he absolutely deserves to be mentioned and talked about, and he's been mentioned 5 or 6 times. We've been talking about him all season, man. And yeah, Schalke are just I don't know how to describe. I didn't even watch the game. Honestly, didn't even watch the game. I don't need to watch the game to know that it was probably he matched us. 5-1 loss to Stuttgart, but yeah, man, they're done. They're absolutely done. Bielefeld's goalie was amazing. He was, man. He had a very good effort. He saved one with his head. You don't see that all that often. He just bangs one off the head. But it could have been worse. And it's nice that we had those chances. That this game could have been honestly 5 or 6. But Bielefeld's keeper stood on his head, had some big saves, and kept it at a relatively respectable 3-0 scoreline. Renier comes off the bench. I like it. The main thing about the Renier goal is I want to talk about Holland a little bit. Now, Holland was quiet. He didn't score. He didn't take the penalty, which Sancho went and took the penalty, which is a whole separate point. But he didn't get a chance to score there. And then he's a guy who wants to score. When he doesn't score, he's angry. But you see what kind of team player Haaland is for running in on goal, having the opportunity to easily score a goal. Maybe not easily because, Bielefeld's keeper was on his head. But he could have probably scored that goal. And instead, he squares it for a tap-in goal for Renier. Just shows what kind of momentum this man's going at. He's playing as a team player. He's playing as an unselfish young 20-year-old. And it just makes him, honestly, a well-rounded striker because he could have took that chance. And maybe he scored, maybe he didn't. But he knew if he gave up that opportunity to add to his goal tally, he'd had a tapped in for Renier. He did exactly that. So huge kudos to Haaland and a huge kudos to Renier for stepping on the pitch and scoring all of 8 to 10 seconds later. De Hood did start and was phenomenal once again. Biggest takeaway is De Hood is coming back and there's no need for Neuhaus. I agree. There's no need for Neuhaus, mainly because I don't think we can afford him, and I don't want to see us take anyone else from Gladbach. I don't. We just took their manager. We've taken too many players. Too many players have swapped between Dortmund and Gladbach over this season. Nothing against Neuhaus, but I hope we keep De Hood or look elsewhere because I don't want to destroy that bridge with Gladbach. Sancho had a fantastic game as well, man. He's really showing his form is coming back to what we expect of Jadon Sancho, and he's our penalty taker, and there it is. So we haven't had a penalty since those little Royce and Haaland mishaps, but we were all saying who's going to be the next guy? Who is Dortmund's next penalty taker? It is none other than Sancho. The right call, he took it, and as coolly, calmly as you'd expect, he put it in the back of the net. So that answers that. Jadon Sancho with another excellent performance today and is Borussia Dortmund's penalty taker going forward. Marai impressed again at right back. 3 games on the bounce for Marai. 3 games on the bounce for De Hood. Both crazy important to this team going forward, and I'm hoping they're going to be starters for here on out. Makes it huge. Another shout out for De Hood, why not? Berkey's leaving with Dean Henderson on the radar. Berkey's definitely leaving, man. Hitz is going to be our keep for the rest of the season. Berkey's going to probably have to find a club elsewhere. I'm praying that Dean Henderson does not come to the club. I don't want anything to do with Dean Henderson. Nothing on him. It's just, like I said, he'll cost too much money. He'll probably just leave the Premier League in a couple of years, and I don't want to deal with United. It's got to be Drakovsky or somebody else like that. Zagadou and Hazard put some news on my smile. I did. So who saw shirtless Josh is what I want to know, because I said early on, I said if De Hood scores in this game, I'm going tarps off. Oh, agents did. 5th takeaway, Josh's 6-pack. Guys, come on, you saw that? No, but yeah, I said it as a joke. I honestly wasn't expecting De Hood to score, but I'd go tarps off any day if it meant De Hood was gonna hit a goal in. What a big weekend! Frankfurt dropping points, and Dortmund just need Bayern to level, or they need to lose. Yeah, another big takeaway, man, is we took advantage of a slip up, something that Dortmund does not do very often. Huge loss for Frankfurt. We closed the gap to 3 points. Absolutely fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic. Winger is needed. That is another good point. Man. Hopefully that means Hazard's going to be starting. Hopefully he gets back to fit soon. But for next season, when I'm talking about targets that we need, it's a brand new starting keeper, 100%. It's 1 or 2 center backs, depending on the money. Definitely 1. I don't know if we need a midfielder now. De Hood seems to be that guy. We still have Witzel, Chan, Delaney, Bellingham. I don't know if we target a midfielder. Wingers, yes. Mullen's perfect. He can go into that backup striker role. He can play on the wings when he's needed. Maybe Nicolas Gonzalez as well. But yeah, you're asking me 3 players, man. I want to sign a goalie. I want to sign a center back. And I want to sign a winger. Josh just wanted to say I love your channel. I'm always watching your amazing videos. Much love, man. Huge shout out to MXC21, man. Really appreciate that. It means a lot. The channel has been growing a lot. It's been fantastic seeing you guys' support each and every watch along, each and every video. Working with Dortmund, there's a lot on the cards as well with that partnership. So I don't know what the next few months is going to have in store, but it's been exciting, and none of it could be possible without the love and support of you guys. And also have a nice little potential winter upgrade video we can have in your channel once our main man here gets his refresh video. If you want to check him out, he's a FIFA YouTuber, and hopefully we'll do that little collab first, my man. All right, there's a lot of comments flying in. I don't even remember where we were. All right, when Schalke fans laugh that we lost against Stuttgart 5-1. Yeah. Josh, could you put the words as wrecked? Can you stop trying to troll me? I got baited earlier on stream. We're targeting a guy whose last name is Lester. So if you couldn't figure out the bait, I got baited on channel. No goal for Haaland, no, but a big performance nonetheless, and an unselfish performance. He could have scored. He could have scored that goal, but he decided against it. He decided to square it to Renier, and it just shows what kind of team player is and how this team is functioning right now, man. There's no selfish players. It's why the team's flying the way that they are. And Haaland decided to give up an opportunity to get another goal, man. Like, I love it. We have a Neuhaus de Hood. Yes, we do. At first, I didn't like Mirai, but he's a talented player. He is, man. And it just, when you give a young kid an opportunity to grow, you can be surprised at what's happening. And it's exciting to see what Mirai is doing, man. Zagadou and Hazard came on. And they did. Excited to see how they both go. That center back position is going to be important, man. Zagadou needs to stay healthy, as does Hazard. We lack center backs, we lack wingers. These two need to stay fit. I'm more glad that Hazard gave the ball to Renier, or Haaland gave the ball to Renier than Haaland actually scoring. I am too, man. Like I said, it shows a full-flowing, happy Dortmund team where your best player, because goal scorers, as you know, need to be selfish. They need to be, but it comes a time and place, and he decided to be a team player and get a young kid his first goal in the Bundesliga, and it was fantastic to see. The goalkeeper didn't want Royce to score. No, Royce got robbed a few times. Their keeper had a good game. Haaland didn't score, but wasn't quiet either. He had some amazing hold-up play and assist, and was a lot of moves going forward. Mark, that's well said. Every time he doesn't score, people think that he's quiet. And for Haaland's, yes, he doesn't score. He is a little quiet, but you're right. He did a lot of behind-the-scenes thing, and the unselfish assist to Renier speaks volumes of how this kid's playing right now. Renier did have a nice goal. Should Mirai start into Klassiker? Yeah, why fix what's not broke, man? I would play in the 4-3-2-1 100%. Have that three-man midfield, Delaney, De Hood, Bellingham, and I'd keep Mirai in. But that video will be coming up for a little preview as well. It should be a good one. It should be a good watch. We're doing a watch along here on YouTube as well. We're also doing our Gladbach watch along. We're able to pull that one off for you guys here on YouTube as well, so it should be pretty cool. I sadly saw shirtless Josh. Yeah, my bad. Sorry for you guys. I want to watch the highlights. It was good. They should be up. They should be up too. 7th takeaway. Josh's third nipple. You guys saw that too, eh? The third nip. Dortmund. Next up is Gladbach, Bayern, Sevilla. Look at those games, man. Oh man, those are gonna be intense. These last few wins were crazy important. But man, we got 3 different competitions and 3 huge games. A tough quarterfinal draw against a Gladbach side, with the behind-the-scenes story being Marco Rose is becoming our new manager. A Bayern game, Der Klassiker. I mean, it's going to be intense. We need the points, and hopefully we can push them off the lead. And then, of course, Sevilla as well. So yeah, those games are wild. And we got to do all 3 here on the channel. All 3 watch-alongs here on the channel, guys. So should be a crazy few weeks. Do my best to be able to do as many watch-alongs as I can for you guys. And you know, the more support you give me, guys, the more chance we got to make this, a career. We've done a lot of the right things so far, Producer T9. You guys are supporting the crap out of us, and we really, really appreciate it. And having the partnership with Dortmund doesn't hurt either. So, What's your opinion about Royce? Thought he had a decent game. Wasn't unreal, but had some good runs, good opportunity. Probably could have scored. His finishing could have got a little bit better, but all in all, was happy with him. Zagadou deserves a takeaway. He had a nice little challenge. He didn't play a whole lot of minutes, but the fact that Kanji's out right now and Chan's going into our midfield, going from our midfield to our back four, partnered up with Hummels. It's nice to have natural center back in Zagadou coming back in, and hopefully he can potentially break into the starting 11. And Terzic is good under pressure after seeing we signed Rosa. He delivers. He wants to stick around. I mean, he had a good game, man. He really did. But again, not the keeper I would target. Just a little, I don't know. I want to see someone who's a little bit more developed, played at the higher level, and can potentially be more of a future kind of caliber keeper for us. But I mean, he had a great game nonetheless. I'm not going to take anything away from his performance today. It could have been a lot worse. What's our weakest spot? That's a good question. For me, it was the midfield in a 4-2-3-1. I think it'd still be a little bit vulnerable in the counter. So, but I think we did the right things today. Considering we didn't have Delaney in there, we had Dahoud and Bellingham are still a little bit more offensive than defensive. We could have easily got hit on the counter a couple times, but we still did very, very good being able to plug up that midfield the best way we could. I still think we really need to take in consideration going to a three-man midfield, especially against Bayern and Sevilla and Gladbach, man. The next 3 games, I would be playing the 4-3-2-1 because you can't keep throwing Reyna out there when he's not going to deliver like that. Brandt's not going to do that position well. Hazard's still coming back into fitness. He's not going to start the whole match. So, yeah, right now I guess it would be the midfield when it comes to counterattacking, but it's been better. It's definitely been better. What do you think about Dortmund's next 3 games in a row? Intense. Can't wait to do these watch-alongs with you guys here. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Where were we? You guys are flying in with the comments, man. I think Chan should stay center back. He's been solid back there. Yeah, that's another good takeaway, man. I said that. Chan's had a great game back there. The main thing with me is that he's been being very composed. He isn't going in on rash challenges. He's been very, very clutch when it came to just being composed and just doing his job. And he's a natural athlete. He's a very quick defender as well, so it's good to see there. We should sign Mbappe this summer. Yeah, throw Ronaldo and Messi in there while we're at it. Why not? He could be. He's doing pretty well. But again, I don't know quite at the caliber for Dortmund, in my opinion. How do you reply to people on stream? I believe you can. I don't know if someone wants to. I don't even know. I think you click on them and you have the reply option. It should have when you're on. I don't know actually. I don't know if I ever commented to someone on stream. Someone can let you know on here, though. Sancho is the youngest player to reach 50 assists in the Bundesliga. That's impressive. That'll be a hard one to break because he's lit up when it came to assists. Oh, there we go. Finally, the Brazilian kid scores. Yeah, 10 seconds after coming on, man. Huge performance. It's also good to see that we don't have to depend on Haaland to win games. Mark, another great point. Very, very true. Even though he wasn't Haaland when scoring goals left, right, and center, he still was a big part, and other people picked up. What do you think about Sancho getting his 50 assists? Sancho's 50 assists on our 150th appearance. It kind of makes sense. But all in all, I don't think someone's going to be able to touch that record, man. The amount of assists that Sancho's put up in his short amount of time in the Bundesliga has been incredible. Very impressive, and it's great to see this kid roll on, man. Do you think that he'd be a good keeper for us, or would he be a Berkey 2.0? I think he would be a Berkey 2.0 only because I'm not convinced by just his caliber yet, man. I mean, I haven't watched him enough, so it's kind of unfair for me to make a quick judgment. But considering I haven't heard all that much about him, and he's playing for a Bielefeld team, I don't know. I would just prefer to target someone who I've seen a lot, who has obviously a higher ceiling, I guess is the way to do it. I'm just not convinced that he can do it at the level of Borussia Dortmund. But I mean, hey, he had a hell of a game today, man. It's hard to go against him, but he's still, for me, not the keeper I would target. I'm worried about the Bayern game, not the Cup one. Gladbach has not been in good form, so I agree with that. The Bayern game is going to be challenging, no doubt about it, but it'll make it even more fun, man, if we can take points from them. Maybe Ranier wasn't needed, but he's not that bad. It's true. He's been good the last few games. Take care, Roman. Sevilla are currently losing, and it may damp the morale and form in the second leg. Did not know that, but good to see. I'm nervous, man. We need to qualify for the past round of 16. We need money any way we can get it. Yeah, it's crazy. I saw some of the stats about the money we can make from moving on in the Pokal, from moving on in the Champions League, and obviously top 4. We know it's 75 mils on the table there. So the next 3 games are huge. Absolutely huge. Dortmund should re-sign paper from Bielefeld after seeing how much of a BVB supporter he was on the BVB channel. Maybe. I need to look into that one a little bit more. I don't have a clear opinion on that yet. Ratings. Well, here are the ratings that FootMob gave. I'll go through mine. If you guys want to dump some ratings in there, you can. Hits, they gave him a 7. I agree with that. I think that he was solid. I maybe even give him a 7.5. Didn't have to do a whole much. They gave Mariah 7.2. I'd give him a 7.5. I was impressed with Mariah. Chan, they gave him a 7. Again, I'd give him a 7.5, potentially to 8. I thought Chan was spectacular back there. I'd give Hummels a 7. I thought Hummels had a decent game. Guerrero a 7 as well. He was relatively average. Dahoud, my man, 8.5. Come on. Can't go anything else besides an 8.5. They gave him an 8.1. He was sensational in the midfield, scored a goal again, kickstarted this team. Jude, I thought, had another good pressing game. I give him a 7.5 to their 7.7 rating. Sancho, for me, was man of the match. They gave him an 8.9. I'll give him a 9. Goal and assist. The way he was creating opportunities for himself, the way he took that penalty on, I loved it. Royce, they gave him a 7.9. I'd probably give him a 7. I thought he was decent, but not spectacular. And then, again, this is the exact same picture people keep sending me. There's one imposter. And what did I say before the game, guys? What did I say? You see all green, then the star blue, and you see one yellow all the time. And it's always Brandt or Reyna. And again, I can't agree. I'd probably give Reyna, 6 to 6.5. Wasn't awful. Just wasn't overly involved in the game. And when you have a link-up of Guerrero, because Reyna actually played on the right, when you have a link-up of Sancho and Guerrero on the left, the ball's not going to go a lot through your right, and it's tough. And then Haaland, a 7.5, and I think that's fair. He still did enough, but obviously it wasn't a Haaland game. From the bench, Hazard, a 6.5, I think, is fair. Maybe a 7. He was okay, not overly involved. 6.5 again for Meunier. A 6, I guess, for Brandt. You didn't see a lot of him. And maybe a 6.5 to 7 for Zagadou because of the one tackle. And then Renier, 10 minutes. We'll give him a 7.5 because he got the goal. I'm happy with that. Those are my ratings, guys. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that. Bayern haven't won their last 3 games. But we have. Very true. Ready-made replacement for Hummels. Maybe. Again, guys, I'm not the player I would target. I want someone like Milenkovic or Kamara. I want someone who's kind of proven at a bit of a higher level to come in. A center back position is the most important position to me, and I don't know. I want someone who's been playing basically near a top of one of the top 5 leagues. That's my opinion. De Hood has coverage shooting from outside the box while losing 1-0 in the Champions League, and now the whole team is kind of stuck turns in the game in our favor. Yeah, Luca, you and I have had that De Hood love for a long time now, man, and it's cool to see. We didn't give up hope. We didn't give up hope, and it's cool to see what's happening. Adam said Bayern destroyed Cologne. Yeah, I didn't see the game, but, I mean, that sucks. I made my own takeaways on Discord. Yeah, if any of you guys want to join the Discord, go follow me on Instagram or Twitter, and I can send you guys. I have a few requests right now, so I will answer them. If you guys want to join the Discord, we are having a nice video coming up that's going to compare my best ever Borussia Dortmund 11 versus our Discord, so it's pretty fun. What was your takeaway on Renier? I thought he's been positive the last few times he's come on, and it's cool to see him get rewarded with a goal. Happy for him. Again, he only played 10 minutes, so it's kind of hard to give him a fair rating. But yeah, I mean, I was happy with him what I saw, and he's been energetic, to say the least. Definitely not Henderson. Sorry, it doesn't matter, honestly, what keeper you're going to show me. I can't justify going for Henderson. Why doesn't Dortmund... I mean, it's hard. I've been asked that question a lot, man, but I don't think they want to... Like, he hasn't had a ton of experience playing up for Borussia Dortmund. There's no reason why they really would go for him over Hitz, and even over Berkey. Berkey and Hitz at least have played at the Bundesliga level for a long time now. Hitz has proven that he's had good games. I mean, I can't really see Hitz not playing any other games. Potentially Berkey squeaks in for maybe a cup game. But I really think that it's Hitz till the end of the season until we target a new keeper. There's nothing wrong with giving him a chance. It's just at how important every game is, I don't see them justifying starting him over Hitz due to Hitz's experience. But what's your opinion on Zagadou? It's good to have him back. He needs to stay healthy. If he keeps getting injured, man, I don't know what his future is going to have in store for Dortmund, but we need center backs, and we need him to stay healthy. Same as Hazard. Bellingham really pressed the opponents. Bellingham and De Hood both are fantastic at pressing. Bellingham has just got a motor on him. Does not give up, man. And his pressing game is fantastic. It's really impressed me, which is why I like the 3-man midfield. Having Delaney in the middle, who sits back right above the back 4, and then you have Bellingham, who's got free range to press, and then you have De Hood, who can also press and can also link up a pass. I really enjoy it. Renier now has to score in 15 games. Yes, Sancho Flow, I like that. That was a good joke. He's talking about the Renier to Glory series we have on Twitch, guys. If you haven't followed us on Twitch yet, we have some pretty cool things coming up there. We're in talks with Dortmund to see how we can, get some very interesting things on our Twitch channel coming up. So If you guys don't do that, go over to JJD TV on Twitch and follow us there. We definitely appreciate it. Replacement for Haaland? I don't think Haaland's leaving, man. I really don't. I don't think Haaland's leaving this summer, but if there's one, I mean, I don't know. Jovic, potentially. Malen is, I think, coming in no matter what, so, I mean, he could be one, but I still don't think Haaland's leaving. Not really a takeaway, but we should play the 3-4-2-1 because we don't have many... Because it may not take many seasons for teams to figure out the 4-2-3-1, so we need to surprise them. I wouldn't go with the 3-4-2-1. I'd go with the 4-3-2-1. Just the personnel fits better that way. And the three-man midfield, in my opinion, has been playing a lot better. We haven't played a back three in a while. Terzic, being a young manager, isn't overly comfortable playing with the back three, so I think against the next 3 games, all 3, I think we should play the 4-3-2-1, in my opinion. Anyone want to drop the link to the Discord? Yeah, if someone drops it in the chat, that'd be perfect. If not, like I said, guys, message me on Instagram or Twitter, and I'll send it to you there. I want Malen to come in so badly. So badly. Maybe a classic update for the best possible transfers this summer. I will. I've been toying with that for a while, and I have some in mind. So once Producer T comes back from his holiday, we'll make a nice little video for you guys for the transfer episodes. Usually do very well. You guys like seeing who I try to target. And honestly, a lot of the people I've talked about have been linked to the club. Like, I was talking about Nicolas Gonzalez a long time ago before he was ever rumored. He was a rumor. You guys know I've been talking about Malen for a long time as well. So hopefully I can, predict a little bit more. But I do like making those episodes. Who's a good replacement for Haaland? It's your man right there. Your man on screen. That's who I would pick if Haaland leaves, but I don't think he's leaving. Are you now ready for Tuesday? Yes. We have the watch along, man. We have the watch along here on YouTube, and it's gonna be fun. I'm buzzing for the Gladbach game. The Marco Rosa story is just... I mean, do I make the thumbnail just Marco Rosa on the Gladbach side, Marco Rosa on the Dortmund side? Kind of like the Spider-Man guy pointing at each other. We'll see. We'll see. I low-key think that Berkey situation is a bit too harsh. I don't know what happened behind the scenes there. To me, it's something's up, but yeah, I would start hits for every game for the rest of the season. I would sell Berkey and I'd find a new keeper. That's just my opinion. Dortmund has to sign Wanamachuca for sure. He's like a hybrid of Ronaldinho and Drogba. Like, the praise. Again, if I'm looking at a Stuttgart winger, I'm looking at Nicolas Gonzalez, but Wanamachuca has been very good as well. Dortmund, number 1 target has to be Wanamachuca before Leipzig or Bayern. I disagree. I'm not over... Wanamachuca has been very, very good, but again, I just not quite the profile. And I'm very picky about people I want to target. I really am. For me, it's the Fiorentina duo of Trkowski and Milinkovic. Those are 2 I want desperately, especially Milinkovic, especially in the heart of the midfield. He's probably my number 1 target. Milinkovic from Fiorentina is my number 1 target for center back, followed by Trkowski as our keep, and then it'd be Malen. Those are the 3. Those are my 3 big ones, but I'll elaborate a little bit more in our next transfer video. It should be kind of fun. I'll talk about Henderson. I'll talk about Wanamachuca. Tanguy Koulibaly. There'll be a lot we'll talk about. But for me, I don't know. He just doesn't fit my profile. But that's just me. I'm very stubborn about people I like to see. Agree. There we go. Do you think we should focus on Sevilla, protect ourselves as much as we can against Bayern without conceding a huge defeat and secure a place in the quarters, or no? Loaded question, man. Loaded question. I don't know what the right answer is, because all 3 games, to me, I would do anything to win. I want to see us rock on with the cup in the Pokal, knock out Gladbach. I want to win that trophy. We need the money from the Champions League, move on to the quarters. It's huge. We need to beat Bayern to compete for top 4. It's hard to know how to prioritize any of them. Realistically, Bayern should be the most prioritized, but in all honesty, if we're going on what's the most likely to win, it'd probably be Gladbach, Sevilla as probably a tie, and then Bayern. So I don't know. I don't know what the right call is there, guys. What thumbnail? I meant the thumbnail for the for the Gladbach versus Dortmund quarters game. Just have Marco Rosa on both sides because super duper. Do you think BBB need to sell anyone if they go far in the competition? I mean, we're gonna probably sell Berkey. Could maybe shift on Schultz and find a new left back. potentially they'll sell Paslak. Sancho again. I don't know. It's gonna be iffy. Hell no. After the picture of the boys celebrating on Instagram, Reina deserves -4 for the ugly face he made. That's not true. Bayern beat Lazio. Hello, it's Crow. Hope all is well. What's going on, my friend? Welcome to a very, very happy 5 takeaways, community takeaways, because the boys are on fire. Winning against Bielefeld isn't something for everyone. My guy scored. I'm assuming you're talking about Renier, and yes, he did, my man. Real now. I don't know, I'm not sure if it's your first time to the channel. If it is, welcome. Welcome. Subscribe if you're new. Great to see Hazard back just before a huge run of games. Yes, Zagadou and Hazard coming back is perfect timing. Bellingham is going to be one of the greatest years to come. Yeah, his pressing game is fantastic, man. BBB for life. Love it. Would the 4-3-2-1 work against Bayern? Gladbach, Bayern, Sevilla. I personally would play with the 4-3-2-1. It would really plug up the midfield. We would rely on our front three, which is fine because, like I said, what's the difference of having a front three of Sancho, Royce, Holland, or having Reina in there when Reina does nothing? So, for me, yeah, 4-3-2-1, 100% for all the next 3 games. Plug up the midfield and see what we can do. Can we give suggestions for possible transfers? Absolutely. Absolutely you can. Maybe I'll put a post on the community board saying we're going to do a transfers episode, toss in some potential transfers, and I will go through them all. Do you think we have a chance to Sancho to stay because of the COVID regulations in the UK and because he might want to stay a little bit longer with Holland? Honestly, no. I really don't, but just from what I read, man, it seems like we need... It said that Dortmund is not looking to take out a loan. If the books don't come right, I see us having to sell somebody, and I think Sancho is the number one that we need to balance the books and to give some money to us to buy other players. But football is football. You never know. There could be a huge chance. Maybe, for example, Reina gets flipped. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but I'm assuming someone may get sold in the summertime. But we'll have to see. Dortmund should raid Stuttgart for Wanamatuka, Gonzalez, and Koulibaly. Even Sosa. Okay. I would maybe... For me personally, again, I'm very picky about transfers. I would only target Nicolas Gonzalez. I think he's more developed. He's versatile. He's an Argentine international. I'm not overly convinced about Koulibaly. His finishing, he's got a lot more to deliver. Again, I don't think we need Sosa. And Wanamatuka has impressed me. Still, for some reason, I don't know. I just wouldn't target him. Leroy Sané has been playing outstanding football. I've heard that. He's been turning his career around as well. I love you. You saw my third nipple, didn't you? Good, good. I hope so. By the looks, Sancho is loving his life in Dortmund, but hopefully he does stay. And again, guys, maybe he is, but from what I'm reading, it doesn't look likely. But who knows, man? We win the Champions League. We win the... we're not going to win the Bundesliga. We qualify for Champions League. We win the Champions League, and we win the Pokal. There's always a chance. There's always a chance. I still don't get it. Why do BBB want to sell Berkey? Berkey's not... They want a new keeper. They want a new keeper. They decided that Berkey's not the keeper going forward. He's been dropped / injured. He's now been dropped from the starting goalie. Hitz will more than likely play the remainder of the games this season. Hitz is our new starter. Berkey will get sold because he's not going to settle for a backup position. And I think it's his time probably to go. You guys know I've never been the biggest Berkey fan. I love Berkey's passion. Really enjoyed him in the documentary. Very outspoken. I just always kind of saw him as an inconsistent keeper. But he's also a wild card because he can have unbelievable matches and then he can have poor matches. And I just kind of want a little bit more consistency between the sticks. So I'm excited to see a new keeper come in to be our starter. Hitz has signed a contract to be our backup keeper. Kind of writes it in the sand that Berkey's probably time here has moved on. He wants to be a starter. He'll probably move on somewhere else. So that's just my thoughts on it. Well, I'm French and I can assure that in the French, Spanish media, etc., they'll swear by their lives that Holland wants to leave this summer. If not, he must leave now because he's held back by BBB. Yeah, again, I don't believe that whatsoever. I don't think he wants to leave. I think that he wants to stay for at least another season. But that's what the Spanish media is all about, man. Same as the British media. There's no way Borussia Dortmund is selling Sancho and Holland. Holland, to me, is our prize asset. And in my opinion, he's not going anywhere. Unless he demands out and throws a hissy fit, which I don't think he's in all that rush. He's still so young. And he's only played 1.5 seasons after this year. So, yeah, I don't believe it. I don't think anyone can really afford him, especially the laughable thing. 115 mil for Gio and Holland is a joke. So I don't believe it. We'll have to see. Keep in mind, Bayern are going to lose Alaba and game Upamecano. Yeah, that sucks. Is there a chance to win the Bundesliga, though? Should we consider concentrating? There's no chance of winning the Bundesliga, but we need to finish top 4. If we miss out on top 4, we miss out on 75 million, which means that basically Sancho's 100% gone. For me, the number one priority is top 4, followed by probably a deep run in the Champions League / winning the Pokal, because they'll get you a little bit of extra money. But top 4 is so important. We're not going to win the Bundesliga, but we need a top 4 finish. If Dortmund wins the Pokal, Champions League, Terzic has to be either made an assistant sporting director. Dortmund could still have one of the greatest seasons ever right now. It's very true. It's very true. I don't disagree whatsoever, but we'll have to see what happens. I mean, he's got a lot to do in the next few months here, and hopefully we can have a fun end of this season so we can set ourselves up for success. Yeah. I think Terzic went back to the 4-2-3-1 today to throw off the upcoming oppositions. Also, Dahoud needed to be tested as a CDM, and he passed. The 4-3-2-1 is crucial to our success. Nick, that's well said. I feel like he only went with the 4-2-3-1 because we didn't have really another midfielder. Delaney had a fever, wasn't able to go there. You could have arguably maybe put Piszczek or Zagadou as the center back and move Chan up. But when you have more possession, it makes the 4-2-3-1 easier to play. But when we're going to have an even possession against Sevilla, Gladbach, Bayern, we need to play that 4-3-2-1. I agree. That's well said, well noticed. We should buy a new goalkeeper from JJD TV. His full name is Josh. I would be a dreadful keeper. Absolutely dreadful. I dislocated my shoulder 3 times and had surgery on it. So my movement with an arm is a joke. So yeah, you're not going to see me be a keep. Have you done player ratings? I did. They're similar to the ones on the screen here. I put Dahoud up to an 8.5. I put Sancho as a 9. I put Royce down to a 7.7. I wasn't overly impressed. But yeah, they're relatively the same on the screen. I thought Chan was a 7.5 while Hummels was a 7. Mariah, I thought a 7.5. Impressed with him as well. What about a switch to Drakowski plus Berkey? I would 100% be down. 100%. I think Berkey would find a little bit of success in Italy. That would be an excellent swap deal. I don't think it'll happen, but I think it would be an excellent swap deal. English media overhype everything. Can we dream of Onuna or any other Drakowski, man? Onuna, I think unless this doping charge gets dropped immediately, I think he's not going to be coming to Dortmund, in my opinion. How good is Marco Rosa? Solid young manager, young, German, driven, showed some success at Salzburg, showed success at Gladbach. In my opinion, I just thought his mind was looking at Dortmund all season, which is why I think Gladbach hasn't had the best season, but we've seen what he can do with the Gladbach club to bring them up to Champions League knockout, bring them up to a Champions League position last season, so I'm excited to have him working with Terzic next season. Schalke has a chance to win the Bundesliga, though. That is true. Very true. Are you playing 4-2-3-1 against us? I doubt it. I'm assuming probably a 4-3-2-1, but only time will tell. I feel confident against Bayern. We've won our last 3 matches, unlike Bayern. True, man, but Bayern seem to turn it up against us every time we play them, so, I mean, I'm not holding my breath, but I am going with a little bit more confidence than I thought I was going to. Bellingham is a lot better, man. Having a lot of fun. How fun was it to see Schalke get destroyed by Stuttgart? There isn't going to be a revered derby for the next 10 years, in my opinion. It's going to take Schalke a long time to get up. Well said, and I agree. I've said this a bunch of times. Schalke, in my opinion, is not going to bounce back up. I think they're going to be basically like Nuremberg. Struggle down there for season after season. What did you give Jude? I gave Jude a 7.5. I was impressed with his pressing game. I feel sad for Royce. He hasn't been scoring like he used to. Yeah, it sucks to hit the crossbar today. I would have liked to see it. Thoughts on Schalke? Those boys need to get relegated to the 3rd. They could, man. It's not that unlikely that this team falls apart next season because it's a very tough competition in the 2nd division. And only time will tell, man. And Terzic created the Marco Rosa? Well, we'll see. Terzic still got a big job on his hands for the remainder of the season. Who will leave Schalke? A lot of their players, in my opinion, are going to probably leave Schalke, man. I don't know what that team's going to look like next season, but the way that the team's going, the way that the financiers are going, they are in trouble. But I think we're going to wrap it up there, guys. thank you guys so much to everyone who joined us for the watch along. We had to do a watch along without producer T. We missed him. He'll be back. He'll be back Sunday. We're gonna go live over on Dortmund's Twitch on Sunday. So if you guys want to tune in on Dortmund's Twitch, you can talk with me again. We're gonna look over the Bielefeld game, talk about some of the players. It should be a nice little breakdown of the game. And then we're going to be obviously live for another watch along for the Gladbach game, which I'm very, very buzzing about. So everyone who joined us for the watch along, everyone who joined us for the takeaways, thank you for your takeaways. And huge result, man. 3-0 victory. We are absolutely buzzing. We're lapping three wins in the bounce. Dahoud, Marai are flying. Sancho, Holland looking good as well. So feels weird to be very happy after the last couple weeks watching the boys play, but again, can't thank you guys enough for all the support on the channel. If you're new around here, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and we will see you next time.